Sorry that I don't know what, but the camera turned off suddenly. So I'll continue from this page. Now we would think about one scenario. That is, what if Barbara is not sure whether Penny has a class at 1 o'clock or not? Okay, if Penny does not have a class, Barbara would not accept 40 at 12:20 if Penny has a class. But if Penny does not have a class, Barbara would rather accept 40 at 12:20. We already knew that in the previous lecture. But now Barbara does not know whether Penny has a class or not. Of course, Penny strongly argued, I have no class. But Barbara said, oh, no, last year you had a class, but you lied. So I'm not going to be cheated again. And Penny said, okay, I cheat you last year, but not this time. I really do not have 1 o'clock class. Are you going to believe Penny this time or not? Barbara may still believe Penny and accept 40 at 12:20, but it's also possible Barbara said, okay, not this time, Penny. I'm not going to accept your 40. So she may not say yes. What if Barbara said no at 12:20, believing that Penny have a class, contrary to the Penny's statement that I don't have a class? Because she think Penny does not have a class. Okay? Then, naturally, automatically, Barbara will offer Penny 0 at 12:40. So Barbara said, I'm sure that you don't have a class. I'm going to give you like 0.1 and I'm going to keep 69.9. Almost 70 for me, 0 for you. But if you say no, you have a class, you cannot eat it anyway. So say yes. If Penny has a class at 1 o'clock, Penny will say, oh, no, I lied and failed, and she'll accept. But if Penny really told truth this time, and she does not have a class, she said no, and she will get 30 at 1 o'clock. And Barbara would greatly regret that, oh my God, I should have accepted 40, but instead I will get 0 because I misjudged that Penny lied again. But this time somehow Penny didn't lie. This kind of situation happens a lot. It's bluffing. I mean, when you play a card game, you say like, oh, I have something very good in my hand. And no, you are bluffing again. I'm not going to be cheated again. And you continue. And later you found out that guy was telling the truth. Or you found out, oh, you bluffed. So you win. So when you are suspicious about the other people may lie and they are bluffing or something, then you do not trust their word and you continue. That's what we can see in these pizza negotiation games. What is important for the economist again? I told you over and over again, the economists only look at what time they settled. The best scenario is 12:20 when the sum of pizza is 100. If you make any agreement at 12:40, the sum is only 70, whatever you do. If you make agreement at 1300, the sum can be only 30. So, efficiency-wise, 1 o'clock worst, 12:20 best, 12:40 in the middle, which means not efficient enough. So, when Barbara is not sure about Penny, it's possible, I'm telling you, it's possible when Penny says, oh, I'll give you 40, I'm keeping 60, and Barbara said, oh, I think Penny has a class and she's lying again, but I'm so weak-hearted, I don't want to gamble, so yes. So it's possible at 12:20 Barbara accept. Penny might cheat, may not cheat. Barbara may be cheated, may not be cheated. But for the economists, that we are happy because they divide up when the pizza is still 100. But Barbara said, come on, I could have gotten 70. I have no intention to settle at 40 because I think you are lying. If somebody proved that Penny has a class, then Barbara would certainly reject and Penny would never offer 40 to Barbara. If somebody proved that the Penny does not take class, Barbara would be happy to accept 40. But because of this uncertainty, Penny may lie, may not lie, that gives Barbara like this state of mind. And Barbara said, oh, I think you are lying. When Barbara thinks that way, she will say no. And oh my God, for economists, the worst scenario happens. That is, they will continue to negotiate 1240 and 1300. And when they make a settlement at this point, already the result should be inefficient. Okay? What is important here? What is important here is we have to reveal. Okay, I said open, but reveal the information. If Barbara knows for sure whether Penny has a class at 1 o'clock or Penny does not have a class at 1 o'clock, they will certainly settle at 12:20. And which makes economy very happy because the result would be efficient. However, because the information is not enough, which means Barbara thinks Penny may lie, the negotiation will not end at 12:20. It will continue and the result would become inefficient. Think about this card game, a modified card game, where everybody can see others' card. I'm playing card game with Tom and Robert, and I said, Tom, please show me. Bob, please show me what have your hand. If I check everything, that's modified card game. Original card game is, I say, Tom, show me your card. Oh, what are you doing? I'll never show you my card. Robert, please show me your card. Robert said, oh no. And they ask me my card? No way, I'm not going to show you my card. That's what usually the traditional card game is about. So the original card game, you do not know other people's card in their hands. Modified card game, when you know what other people have in their hands, which card game do you think will end quicker? If you ever try any card game or ever see any card game on TV or whatever, of course, the modified card game will end much quicker because it will be like this. I look at Tom, I think I have a good card, but when I look at Tom's card, oh my God, Tom has really good cards. It's almost impossible for me to beat Tom. Then what would I do? Okay, I'll stop here. I'm not going to continue. Okay? However, what happens is I think I have a reasonably good card. I cannot see Tom's and Robert's. But then I say, oh, I may win. So I continue. Tom said, oh, come on. I have a very good card. I said, no, you are bluffing. And in the end, I found out Tom really was telling the truth and I lose money. That is why this modified card game, everybody knows everybody else. People know who's going to win and who's going to lose quickly and they settle quickly. But in original card game, when your information is limited, people continue to play the card. As long as card game is concerned, this original card game is good. Why? Because why do you play card game? Some people want to make money, but some people, you want to have a good time with your friends. If card game ends in 10 seconds, oh my God, it's not a fun. If the card game continues like 20 minutes and you talk, you like wrestle with your friend. So basically card game is for killing time. So modified card game would not be fun because it ends so quickly. Original card game is fun because a lot to think about, you interact with your friend. So card game wise, revealing the information, revealing the truth is not fun. But what if it's not a card game, but you're sued? You're suing each other. And do you want it continue? Or do you want it end quickly, one way or another? The answer is, it's better be end quickly. Okay? That's why if we are a judge or making a legal system, you'd better make the people open their information so that this negotiation process ends quickly and people settle quickly, because that is efficient. So if you want to make a wealthy, efficient country, you should force the people involved to reveal their information, tell the truth, so that they can settle quickly without the prolonged dispute and waste of time, waste of money, and things like that. Okay, having said that, in the negotiation, you want to get a better deal. So what is the secrets or the skills of negotiation? One thing I already mentioned is deadline. Okay? The deadline means class. When Penny has a class, she got only 30 of the pizza. When the Penny's class was canceled, she all of a sudden gets 60. Okay? Because you have more time. For example, let's say my daughter is kidnapped. Don't worry, I have only son, no daughter. But my daughter, Prasan's daughter, was kidnapped. And then the kidnapper asked me $2 million. In order to make $1 million, I have to sell my cars and sell my houses and everything until tomorrow. If the buyer, who is Jim, know that I'm in this desperate situation and my house is, for example, 1.5 million. If you're Jim, are you going to pay me 1.5 million? No. Jim will say, I will pay only 1 million. What would I do? I know that it's 1.5 million, but I say, okay, I'll sell because I have to save my daughter. Things like that. I have a deadline, Jim doesn't have. I have a deadline until tomorrow, otherwise my daughter will die. So the deadline make people in a bad position in negotiation. So what would you do? Even though you have a deadline, you have to pretend as if you don't have a deadline. What about alternative? Pizza dividing game. If your mom give you a sandwich, you said, okay, I have 1 o'clock class. However, if I don't eat pizza, I always have sandwich. It's not good as pizza, but I'm happy with that. If Penny is in that situation, then Penny will never accept 0 from Barbara. If sandwich's value is 30, Penny said, oh, anything less than 30, I would rather have sandwich. So Barbara should offer Penny at least 30. So when you are negotiating some object A, if object A fails, if you have the second best thing B, that helps you in negotiating A, because you are telling your opponent, come on, I have B. So if you don't give me a good deal, I'll move to B. That enhances your position. The thing is, you might not have sandwich, but then you may pretend, oh, my mom gave me a sandwich. Can you see my bag? It's in the bag. If Barbara believes in you, then you got a better deal, even though you don't have a sandwich by mom. What about deadline? We already talked about. Penny may have a class, but if Penny successfully pretend, I don't have a class, Barbara believes in it, then Penny gains more. Number 3, insanity. Let's say you are negotiating with Professor Han, and everybody says Professor Han is a crazy person. And this crazy person, Professor Han, said, oh, I want to get 50 of the pizza. So I offer 50-50. And Barbara knew that, come on, you have a class, so you, Professor Han, should get 30, you should give me 70. Penny would do that. And I said, haven't you heard about it? I'm a crazy person. Anything later than below 50, I would rather not eat it. No persuasion. But then what Barbara would do, okay, you're a crazy person, what can I say? So she will accept to give me the 50. So the insanity is another strong method. Of course, Professor Han may be a very normal, sane person, but he knows that, he's smart enough to know that if I pretend to be crazy, I would always get a better deal. Then he may pretend to be crazy all the time in negotiation. Okay? So, people, how can you get a better hand in negotiation? You pretend to be something else. Either you really don't know deadline, you really have alternative, you're a really crazy person, or even though you had a deadline, you successfully pretend that you have no deadline, even though you have no sandwich prepared by mom, but you successfully pretend you have a sandwich prepared by mom. You are sane, but successfully pretend that you are a crazy person. So, you people have an incentive to lie in negotiation because if they successfully pretend that, they can get a better deal. That's why we say poker face. In a card game, poker game, you never show your emotion in your face. That's poker face, which means you don't want to give the true information to your opponent because that works against you. So, this cheating, concealing information works for the individual in negotiation. However, as I said, as a system, you want the negotiation ends quickly, that is efficient. So you want to encourage the people to reveal their information. So when you are making a law or when you are a judge in the court, that is one of the most important things you should consider. How can I get the truth out of the participants? Thank you.